Hey guys, Brooke here with my inner wellness, and just wanted to, I guess, kind of chit chat a little bit today about a few different things. We just had full moon. Oh, actually, it's today. So this morning we had our full moon, and so we're already feeling it, likely, if you're like my family. So I was going to get into that. So it's going to talk about the full moon, the weather, what's kind of going on there, and then just some other astrology stuff that we have going on presently too. And I've kind of talked about some of that stuff, but just wanted to kind of like remind and update people if you haven't seen my previous videos. So first off, the full moon. So it is today. It's strawberry full moon, and I had seen that this one is actually a very powerful one because it's connected to the cosmos. So it's giving us direct access to the divine, a stronger connection. But as always, we're letting go at the full moon, so assessing which things we need to let go of, and moving forward without those things. So if you're like my family, out of the 6 of us, only 2 of us ended up sleeping in our beds last night. It's kind of like a ring around the rosy situation. Normally my kids are pretty good sleepers, but last night between everyone, we were kind of up. Excuse me, I'm talking about that and then I'm yawning. So that was fun. It's just kind of comical. My 3-year-old ended up in my 6-year-old's bed, and my 6-year-old ended up in my bed, and I ended upstairs with the baby, and it was just this whole circus event last night. But I also wanted to briefly talk about on the full moon is parasites. So with the full moon, parasites actually become more active around the full moon. So this can also be why, beyond the energetics, we're awake more during around the full moons, because the parasites are more active in our bodies, so it's keeping us up at night. If you've never heard me talk about this, everyone has parasites. Just like you deworm your cats and dogs, we are the same. We carry those. We're not immune to them. So it's important to be doing a parasite cleanse. I would say some people do them. It's really up to you. Some people do them once per season, so 4 times a year. Others do them every 6 months. Some people do them once a year. It's totally up to you and what you feel is good for you. I personally would like to start getting in the habit of doing with the seasons, so 4 times a year. I have not been able to do a parasite cleanse because of being pregnant and now nursing. So we don't want to be ridding our bodies of that and then passing them to the baby. So, and then just some of like the herbs too that you would use in a parasite cleanse are not safe, like during pregnancy. So just know that. You can I've done soft parasite cleansing while I'm pregnant. there's just certain things like herbal supplements that I couldn't add that I would normally take during that. But I still did like the clean eating and the other stuff because it can still flush out some of the parasites. It's not that you're actually killing them. Which when you are taking like certain herbal supplements, you can be killing them. And then the die-off in your body is essentially what you don't want to be giving to your unborn baby or if you're nursing to your baby. So just something to think about with my kids as well. I'm thinking about getting them on a soft parasite cleanse too. Very gentle for both the adults and the kids. It is usually very gentle. I've only had one instance where I seen someone couldn't handle the parasite cleanse, but that was also due to their gut health. So if you've never done one before, maybe focusing on your gut health first and healing that up first before diving into a parasite cleanse. Because you want to, it should always be gentle. It shouldn't be anything extreme that you're dealing with. But thinking about doing that with my kids, they would take something different than myself. Just because, again, kids are smaller, you want to use something gentler on their little bodies. Something that they can handle as well. Obviously, we have more body weight than our kids. So I can share those with you guys if you would like on what I do for that. But something to consider around the full moon is doing a cleanse to help get rid of them while they're active, actively working to get them out of our bodies. I think that's all I wanted to say on the full moon. Hope everyone can get some sleep in the next day or two. Hopefully it's only one night of, oh my goodness, I have to start talking about sleep because it's causing me to yawn. Maybe that's the collective just feeling super tired. There was a lot of energy with this full moon, like I said, it's connected to the cosmos. So we may have had even like more vivid dreams, communication while we're trying to sleep as well. And so it just may be a collective thing too, where everyone's just kind of feeling like all that coming through. We're actively upgrading our bodies to be more connected to the divine. You know, we have to be open to it, but we are experiencing that as well. So lots of upgrading happening as well right now. Another thing, lots of water right now between the upgrades and then the parasites. Just like we want to be drinking a lot of water all the time for the health benefits, but it helps us keep our lymphatic system moving, meaning we're flushing things out, which includes parasites. That's how we get rid of them. So next I wanted to talk about our weather. I personally live in Wisconsin, and we have been having very drastic temperature changes and semi-common to have a little bit of this, but this year I felt it's rather extreme ups and downs. Also, I feel like our bodies are having a hard time handling it. I've been noticing more people having like colds and still dealing with the sickness because of such the drastic temperatures. I mean, yesterday we had 93-degree weather and it was super humid. The day before that, it was 70. So, I mean, we're jumping 20 degrees overnight. And that's a lot. And even as we were approaching summer, it was very hot and cold of what I wanted to do. We were, in the, like, for some of it, we were in the 30s, and then we jumped to like the 50s, or we went from 50s to 80, and it was just like this huge extreme. And now we're seeing more storms popping up. My husband just showed me in Montana, they're experiencing extreme flooding. So my heart really goes out to everyone that's being affected by that. And I'm not really sure, I haven't been watching weather events a whole lot. But I'm sure there are many places around the world that are dealing with different weather events. This is tornado season. We had a crazy hailstorm here, hailed for like 15 minutes. Just totally destroyed so many people's houses, like the siding and the roof. So just lots of different things happening out there right now with the weather. And I just wanted to mention the astrology of it. And this will kind of segue into my second part or third part. But we are experiencing Uranus in Taurus right now. And he's going to be there for a while. And with that, we are seeing Uranus is all about the unexpected, sudden, bolting events, and Taurus rules money, food, weather, yeah. So with that, you put the two together and you get the sudden, unexpected weather events that are happening. So we will likely continue to see this, and just keep in mind, if the weather by you, if you're experiencing, crazy tornadoes or, whatever, like hot, cold, like, this is in the astrology, it's in the stars. So it's just kind of interesting to see it unfold. We could see more earthquakes. I don't know, I haven't really heard anything about earthquakes at this time. But we could see basically any crazy unexpected weather event happening. Segueing into that, still on the Uranus Taurus thing about the unexpected around our money, food, nature. The astrology, I said this probably quite a while ago. The astrology right now mimics that of World War I, World War II, and 9/11. And so looking at World War I and World War II specifically, they dealt with a lot of food shortages and rationing and like money things as well, because we were short in supply, so there was a lot of excess cash, because people weren't really able to spend their money on things, because there wasn't things to spend on. In one of the wars, I can't remember which one, they actually like shut down production of like appliances for your home. I'm trying to think what else there was. There was something else. But anyways, they had shut down production for things that weren't necessities at the time. So they could focus on producing the things that they needed for the war, whether, that was machinery, ammo, weapons, just things that they would need overseas, and food. they needed people making food. So they were shutting down things that weren't necessary. And then they had ration limits on specifically the meat, the dairy, mostly the meat and dairy. They had rations on some other things. Flour. Flour was another one. But point being is we are in similar energy of that time. And right now, if you go to the store, what are you noticing? Items on the shelves are disappearing. Now, we're not having to ration food. And we still have the supply, but some of our supply chain stuff has really been an issue on what is available. Some products, because of the what was it, like 2 months, a month? I don't even know now. I can't remember that so long ago. In 2020, when they shut down our country, essentially, the world shut down, production wasn't happening then. Now you can be like, well, they've been producing those whole time. Right, but usually what happens is it takes about 18 months for that to catch up. So we could continue to see more and more things disappearing off the shelf. Not necessarily, but we also rely a lot on the labor of other countries. So, we may have an adjustment too of what is needing to be produced here as well. I know obviously we have food plants here, but just being mindful of the fact that this could happen. And I feel like if this is going to happen, where we have more of the food shortages, or like increased prices on the food, it's going to be more around October. And with that, it may also cause issues with the money system. So I do, I just had a video the other day of what are you doing around your house to make yourself more sustainable. I talked about planting, landscaping and around your house, when you're landscaping, thinking about, am I planting things that could be beneficial to me, dual purpose? Are they pretty and they provide something for myself and my family? And this isn't to instill fear, but this is just showing you that they experienced in World War I and World War II, which again, the astrology was similar to that of what we have going on now. They experiences those food shortages both those times. Oh, gas was the other one. Let's come back to me. Gas. They had to ration gas as well. Each family was only given so much gas. I believe that was World War II. So, in just looking at the price of gas right now, I mean, it's rising and continuing to rise. So, what's happening there, what do we need to do there. Basically, I just want you to keep in mind of what you're going to be doing for yourself now. And again, it's not about fear, but it's also knowing that this could be a possibility. We're seeing things on the shelf already, having, issues getting here. Is it the healthiest stuff that's, not on the shelf that's currently missing from the shelves? Yes, most of that isn't great for us because it's processed anyways. But if those continue to disappear off the shelves and people are forced to start buying, more of like the canned veggies and, the stuff that's maybe a little healthier for you, and shifted away from those processed foods, which are canned foods, so processed. So there's that. But point being is, right now it might be like crackers or mini muffins. I think the bread was being affected for a while, with the whole wheat supply. I can't even keep up with it anymore. I see it missing when at the store, and then I just come in like, oh, okay, like that's apparently must be having a supply issue there. So just keep it in mind of like what you can be doing. Great things, you could keep on hand. Canning your own food. If you grow a garden, just having recipes that you can can and make your own things. Like personally, we do spaghetti sauce, beans, we do pickles, salsa, what can applesauce. What are things that you can yourself? If you could reach out, go to an apple orchard and grab some apples, or talk to a farmer, going to a farmer's market. But what are things that you can be doing to start, maybe preparing to know how to do that stuff on your own, if needed. So, and things like rice are great to keep on hand, if you want to do canned veggies. So again, I don't know that this is going to happen. There's so much with astrology. There's a high octave of what could play out, a low octave, and then there's like about a million things in between. So this may never get worse. It could get worse. We don't know, but it's not harmful to just keep it in mind. If you start to feel that things are going on the lower end, just preparing yourself, and and that goes for not just like physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, preparing your heart for and mind for what could. There's so many what ifs. We can't live life on the what ifs. You can't go back and change things, but just whatever you intuitively feel that you would mean at this present moment. What do you mean? I'm not sure. I was just wanting to see if anything else is going to come through with that. preparing your heart. I don't think that that's something that divine would share with me necessarily if that would happen again, because timelines change so much. Each day where you're all consciously making decisions that raise a lower vibration. I do believe light wins and has already won the battle. But there is a lot of spiritual warfare going on as well right now. And just seeing that it's happening. So I think that's where the, preparing your heart comes in, what you're telling me. So, yeah, that is everything that I wanted to share today, just to catch you up on astrology. If you've noticed the weather, if you haven't, a little bit about full moon and parasites, and then just the relation of the astrology now compared to the world. Again, so many things could play out. We don't know what's going to happen. I know people say like, "Oh, you're psychic. Don't you know everything?" No, because they only share so much with me. They're not going to. It's kind of like a day by day basis on what they may share with me. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm still yawning. So I'm gonna have to do some jumping jacks or something after this. So that is what I will leave you with today. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment. I would be happy to address any questions that you have on any of this. So have a great day. Light love to you all.